central trend, we ignore the outliers. It's a reasonable approach if one is trying to understand those aspects of biology that people, or mice, have in common. But it's far from the whole story. If I open up a box of lab mice fresh from the breeder, I can see that they share certain traits. For example, they will all attempt to hide from bright light. They will all stand stock still in fear when they smell fox urine, and they will all reject drinking water that's been made bitter with quinine. However, it doesn't take much observation to reveal important individual differences. Some mice are more aggressive toward one another and toward my grasping hand. In the absence of threat, some will race around the cage while others sit there calmly. Individual differences can also be found in physiological measures such as resting stress hormone levels, or sleep patterns, or the amount of time it takes for food to pass through the digestive system. How did they get that way? For several years, not so long ago, I spent quite a bit of time on the dating site OkCupid, looking for my perfect match. For me, online dating was a fascinating, frustrating, and ultimately serendipitous process. I met my wonderful wife on that website. It turns out that meeting one's future spouse online is not an unusual event these days. According to OkCupid co-founder Christian Rudder, in 2013 there were approximately 30,000 first dates every night because of his website. Of those pairs, about 3,000 became long-term couples, and about 200 eventually married, and presumably many others are in long-term, committed but unmarried relationships. One can only imagine that these numbers have increased significantly since 2013, and of course OkCupid is just one of many such sites. For me, browsing dating profiles on OkCupid was a masterclass in human individuality. You probably know how it works. Each person provides basic information, photos, and answers to a set of questions in order to express who they are, or what version of themselves they imagine to be most appealing, and what sort of relationship they're seeking. Importantly, a dating website is not an entirely public forum. Unlike a bar or some other real-world social space, the OkCupid user is not being observed by her friends and coworkers as she writes her profile. She can express herself in a way that's less constrained by social pressures, or at least constrained by a different set of social pressures. Here's a fictitious yet plausible example from my own urban midlife demographic. Each line is from a real profile, but I've mixed many profiles together to create this composite. Charm City Sweetie, 54. Woman, straight, single, 5 foot 10 inches, curvy. White, speaks English and Spanish, graduated from university. Somewhat lapsed Roman Catholic. Scorpio. Never smokes, drinks socially, has dogs. Has kids but does not want more. Seeking single men for long-term dating. My self-summary. I'm a typical eldest child from a big family. I love witty banter, wry humor, and self-deprecation. I work as a defense attorney. I'm left-handed and proud of it. I like to walk around the house with my toothbrush in my mouth. I have a glue gun, and I'm not afraid to use it. I've been known to get a little blue in the winter. I like to get up really early and run with my dogs. I'm always turning the thermostat up. Both my mind and my browser have too many tabs open at the same time. I like to sing, and I have perfect pitch. I pick my teeth with the mail when I think nobody is looking. The first things people usually notice about me. My long red hair. The tattoo of a dancing platypus on my shoulder. My Boston accent. My perfect memory for song lyrics. Favorite books, movies, shows, and food. I don't watch much TV, but I love scary movies. Right now, I'm reading and enjoying the new Jennifer Egan novel. I rock out to everything from sweaty punk to 70s soul music to Schubert. I like spicy food and hoppy beer, but despise mayonnaise, mustard, and runny eggs. Red wine is not optional for my happiness. You should message me if you're not standing in front of your boat, toilet, motorcycle, or car in your profile picture. You know what a mensch is, and you are one. You won't mind my cold feet on your back. You can bring it. Like the protagonist of Juvenile's song, or A Mouse in My Lab, Charm City Sweetie became her particular adult self. How did she come by her Boston accent, her heterosexuality, her curvy figure, her sense of humor, her chilly...